Namaskar. Hello and welcome to this very special commemorations on the National Tourism Day. I am Raghav Mittal and I'm joined by
Dr. Surbhi Vaishmati.
So very many congratulations and welcome from Rethink India. And today being the National Tourism Day 2022, and this year's theme, which the Government of India, Ministry of Tourism, has kept for this year's Tourism Day is dedicated to rural and community-centric tourism. हम लोगों से कहा गया कि बड़ा प्रश्न पूछा गया कि ये पर्यटन के समय पर आप ये किस तरह का फेलिसिटेशन कर रहे हैं. हम लोग वी ऑल नो दैट the entire frontiers of India's tourism, as we all see that we have got all kind of tourism products, tourism bloggers and tourism scholars. The entire academic literature is replete from the Himalayan peaks to the seashores, to the deserts, to jungles, to what not. भारतवर्ष में ऐसा क्या कुछ नहीं है, ऐसा टूरिज्म प्रोडक्ट एक भी नहीं है जो भारतवर्ष में ना हो. पर जैसा कि कहते हैं कि आप पर्यटन के लिए तो गए, आप पर्यटन के लिए नैनीताल गए, आप पर्यटन के लिए दार्जिलिंग गए, पर जब तक वहां से लौटकर उस यादों को आपने सुविनियर्स में नहीं पिरोया, वहां की जो कुजीन है, वहां के अपैरल्स हैं, वहां का जो अनुभव आपने, जो इंटेंजिबल एक्सपीरियंस जो फील किया, if you don't bring it back to your home, that tourism doesn't become complete. Now, this completeness is एक और बात है कि आप पर्यटन के लिए तो एक ही बार जा पाएंगे किसी भी जगह पर वहां के अनुभव को again and again, if you want to experience, you need strong platforms, you need strong frontiers. तो हम लोगों ने आज के इस नेशनल टूरिज्म डे के दिन यह सोचा कि why not commemorate the authentic Indian experiences को जो घर घर पहुंचाते हैं, सतत किसी भी समय पर आप उन अनुभवों को अपने पास लेकर आ सकते हैं. ऐसे उन एक्सपोनेंट्स के माध्यम से आज हम अपना नेशनल टूरिज्म डे मनाना चाह रहे हैं. And today we are really privileged to honor some of the 5 very prominent exponents who are furthering the authentic Indian experiences from across the nook and cranny of the country. We have got the Pahadi store from the Kumaon Hills, जिन्होंने कुमाऊं के पर्वतों के जो ग्राम्य प्रोडक्ट्स हैं उनको घर घर ग्लोबली दे आर सेंडिंग इट अक्रॉस. वी हैव गॉट बेयर नेसेसिटीज, जो कि एक एनवायरमेंटल फ्रेंडली बेयर एसेंशियल्स लाइफस्टाइल को प्रमोट कर रहे हैं. बिकॉज सी एट टाइम्स बातें तो हम बहुत कुछ कर पाते हैं, हम लोग कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में, इवेंट्स में बातें कहते हैं कि वी शुड हैव दिस काइंड ऑफ अ लाइफस्टाइल, दिस काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग, बट उसको करने के लिए जो मेहनत करनी है, जो प्रोडक्ट्स और सर्विसेज हमको चाहिए, these exponents are really delivering it across. We have got today Indic Inspirations, जिनका unique portfolio, it is so unique and so incredible, like the incredible India herself. We would like to just make a small presentation out of their very lovely websites. प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस की बात कही और आईआईटी रुड़की के टेक्नोक्रेट्स ने फूड योगा की संकल्पना करके भारत का जो सात्विक भोजन है, द सात्विक फूड्स ऑफ इंडिया, दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग इट. केवल बातें नहीं, दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग दोस सात्विक फूड्स अक्रॉस द नूक एंड क्रैनी ऑफ द कंट्री. From the east coast of the country, Jai Jagannath, the land of Kalinga, we have got Utkal Amrit, जो कि कलिंग की बहुत ही भूरी भूरी, बहुत ही सुंदर वहां की हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स, आर्ट्स क्राफ्ट्स घर घर में पहुंचाने का एक विशद कार्यक्रम कर रहे हैं. एंड वी हैव आल्सो ऑन दिस नेशनल टूरिज्म डे वी हैव गॉट द प्रिविलेज टू ऑनर, कहते हैं कि बनारस भारत के जो विभिन्न आई वुड से टूरिज्म डेस्टिनेशंस है, उनसे रूबरू कराने के लिए बहुत ही यूनिक तरीकों से वहां के हेरिटेज वॉक्स के साथ, वहां के जीवन शैली के साथ तादाद में कराते हुए रूबरू वॉक्स को भी हम आज यहाँ सम्मानित कर रहे हैं. तो before I start the formal presentation, I would like to showcase to each one of them, because it was a very tough time for all of us, Dr. Surbhi, that how we chose. Would you like to just tell all our participants today, all our I would say attendees here, that how we all chose it across and how it all came about?
Absolutely, it was our great dream and initiative. We always wanted to, bring together all these grand initiatives who are the exponents of the authentic Indian experience. When, as Raghav very candidly, vividly described, that when we go to a tourism destination, when we come back, what are the memories? What is the souvenir? What is the experience that we carry? That we keep remembering that place, the destination year long, and lifelong in future. So these exponents of authentic India are truly, we have a, this is a humble start, but then these exponents are really doing a great job. Be it Utkal Amrit, from Odisha, you can see how the Piplik and the Odisha handloom, the saris, the entire handicraft division, be it Rubaru walks, be it bare necessities, how they have so innovated, with the waste material, and how they have innovated it entirely into a grand collection. And be it Satviko, we have Dhaval Phadke with us, the founder, and how they have talking of yogic wellness, and they're talking of the 6 pillars of yogic wellness, food yoga, how you can link food to the sattvic, the entire yogic lifestyle. It's truly, I mean, exemplary. And also, so on and so forth. The party store, where their treasures from the Himalayas, and all in one platform. How they have so painstakingly brought the best of India, the Indic inspirations. Again, the Indic signature insignia is there all across. So this is an humble initiative from Rethink India to recognize and to take forward this story further. It doesn't end here; it starts. It's the end of a small beginning, and we wish to take this journey further and further. And
So we've been joined by Sahar Mansoor. Sahar says that she's an accidental entrepreneur, but comes from a family of, I would say, serial entrepreneurs. And Sahar's initiative, what we chose to commemorate on this National Tourism Day, हम लोग environmental friendly lifestyle की बातें तो बहुत कुछ करते हैं. Rethink India primarily engages with the entire academic community, schools and higher education. And today we would also be unraveling one of the I would say, tourism blogs, one of the initiatives from one of the very eminent schools of the country, Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar. We have been joined in by Madam Vedika Saxena. तो बातें तो हम लोगों के यहाँ बहुत होती हैं, पर कैसे हम नेट जीरो कार्बन की बात करते हैं, बट हाउ कैन वी रियली लिव a net zero or as much as possible, I would say, minimalistic carbon footprints or zero waste footprints. So this is what Sahar and her team has actually done and provided to all of us, the toothbrushes, the soaps, and the entire philosophy out there. And all the founders, all the proponents are here, and they would be talking more about their initiatives. Here we just felt like showing to all others that what actually is being done with so much of passion, so much of commitment. It is not an easy thing. Talking is easy, but configuring it all, bringing all the elements together and rolling it out into an enterprise. And I tell you, today, when there is a lot of talk of unicorns in the Rethink India parlance, we feel that these social enterprises, these environmental enterprises, which they might not have that kind of a valuation on the bourses, but they have the kind of the highest value for the community, for the society at large. And this is what we wish to commemorate on this National Tourism Day. Coming to the Indic inspirations, Bharatiya Rashtravad ki baatein to bahut hoti hain. We should all get inspired by the nationalistic fervor, but what the team at Indic Inspirations has done, just look at the kind of, I would say, the categories which they have curated is mind-boggling in its own ways, and they are providing these lovely souvenirs right at your doorstep. Now, this is innovation. This is the this is the crux of incredible India, because talking is one thing, but then providing these products, these lovely, magnificent products. We can have independent sessions for each of these products out there. So maybe I would just Utkal Amrit, Dr. Surbi mentioned a lot what kind of a beautiful extravaganza from the east coast of the country, from the land of Jagannath. The beautiful, I would say, arts, crafts, handicrafts, everything out there is being curated and pushed across. And And yeah, Satvik, we showed that their product line is just expanding across categories. कि भारत में सात्विक भोजन की जो एक बात होती थी, they have just made it as a verb. जैसे हम financial fintechs में बात करते हैं कि भाई a brand has to become a verb. So Satviko in its one fashion, it has become ki do a Satvik lifestyle. That is what they have brought in out here. So with this, let's come to the formal commemoration, and then we will be inviting each of the participants, each of the, I would say, awardees this afternoon. Just a moment. Yes. Yes. So first and the foremost, we would really like to invite the team from Sabat Exports who run this utkalaamrit.com, one of the very fine portfolios. And we wish to recognize on this solemn occasion as an exponent of Authentic Indian Experiences 2022 for offering the Utkarsh Kala of Utkal, which is Odisha, including innovative handicrafts, handlooms, spices, and jewelry globally. So we have got
Madam Amrita Sabat, the co-founder. I think we have. Yeah. Request you to kindly come on camera, ma'am. Amrita, ma'am. And speak a few words.
Thank you so much for this wonderful occasion. And actually, I'm not well. I don't want to start my video. So is it okay if I can talk?
I just perfectly fine, ma'am, but it's all fine. We are all well and unwell. But this is the spirit which we are commemorating today. So you can surely open up your camera. It doesn't matter. We wish to see you.
Then,
yeah.
I'll be in my mask. I'm
surely.
Okay.
Most welcome.
Okay, thank you for that. I'll just...
And we wish to listen more about your journey, how it all started and what all you have been pushing all through the pandemic and what are your future plans, because this is the spirit of Authentic India, which we have been commemorated for quite a few years. And the whole idea has been that tourism has to link with the local products, with these authentic Indian experiences. This has been one of the big pushes which Rethink India has been making across the entire hotel, restaurant community through its tourism advocacy. So we wait for Madam Sabat.
Thank you so much. Am I visible and audible?
Absolutely, ma'am. Well and beautiful. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. A big thank you, first of all, to Dr. Surbi. I have been in touch with her, and it's been a really lovely thing. Like, it was a sudden surprise for us when we got this mail in our mailbox saying that we have been selected for such a honorable thing. And thank you so much for this. And we have been working since the past 6+ years. We started in 2015, and we were primarily online sellers on Amazon, Flipkart, and Snapdeal. But after that, we started to diversify. We went for foreign exhibitions through FIO, and we went to China, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia. We went and explored the markets. We saw that they loved our products, but all this we did self-funding. So it was very difficult for us to sustain. So then we actually built up our online presence much better, because we couldn't keep going to exhibitions, right? It became very costly for us. But still, like pre-Diwali, pre-Pongal, we used to go. And then finally, when we built our website, we could reach out to a lot more people. Like, proper website we built only in 2018. and then we started, showing our products in the entire world, and people started interacting more on Facebook and WhatsApp and Instagram. And all these channels really helped us to reach out globally. So in this way, we started bringing in all the products online, because we had started off with Jagannath products on Amazon and Snapdeal, because people who used to look for Jagannath idol couldn't find it anywhere. So we actually identified a gap, that our Odisha products are not available anywhere online in 2015 when we started. And then seeing us, a lot more people started after that. And we feel so proud that today Odisha itself has so many entrepreneurs who are in some way inspired by us. So we feel very happy. And in a way, we have pioneered the online sale of entire range of Odisha products. So that also gives us a lot of satisfaction. We are recognized by Startup India and Startup Odisha. And my sister, Dr. Anita Sabat, she has also worked hard in the field of GI, geographical indications. And we are the first authorized user of the GI Orissa Ikat. So this certificate is given to us by Ministry of Commerce, Government of India. And so like truly authentic products of Odisha, Odisha Ikat, everything you can get from us.
This analogy, he should know कि सबसे पहले चूहे छोड़ते हैं जहाज को.
Yes, yeah. Please go on, ma'am. Yeah.
So yeah, so this was just a brief about our journey. And like, as you all know, like 2 years it's been, and we can't go anywhere. But the audience, which has always appreciated us through our exhibitions, they are all in touch through WhatsApp and online. So we really feel grateful and connected to the world, even through tough times. So that's how it's going on. So you please ask any questions, and any more if you want to know, I will answer.
So it's truly a pleasure, ma'am, for really inspiring the entire, I would say, the cultural entrepreneurs, the entrepreneurs who are really bringing about tangibilizing the culture of India. Because the products and services which we have all through, while it is the authentic Indian experience, it is also the way for Atmanirbharta, because what tourism touches, what these products, what these authentic Indian products going to the hinterland, going to the nook and cranny of Odisha, getting such a wide range of products and really empowering the people down the bottom of the pyramid, as we call, and bringing about your own brand, your own, I would say, the whole mechanism for bringing these products, selling these products globally. This is truly terrific, and this is the way further and forward.
Absolutely. And if you just go to the website of Utkal Amrit, the kind of Jagannath motifs and the insignias which they have innovated and brought about, this is truly bringing the cultural, the richness of our country to not just nationally, globally. I mean, so you are doing a...
So with obeisances to Lord Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, we really congratulate you, and we really wish that Utkal Amrit makes further strides and I would say achieve higher and higher dimensions of success, and success for all the I would say artisans and craftsmen who are all associated with you, the entire community of Utkal Amrit. We wish to recognize and we wish to felicitate this National Tourism Day. Moving forward, we have got a very, very special, a unique platform which has been tangibilizing the intangibles of Indic inspirations. भारत के संस्कृति और ज्ञान को लेकर बहुत बातें हैं. We were known to be a Vishwa Guru. We have the aspirations to become a similarly, but how these aspirations, how these thought processes, how these experiences can be tangibilized, this is what Indic Inspirations has done. We have got Yeah, we have got Sir Sunil Jalihal, sir, the founder and CEO of Indic Inspirations. We would request him to accept this token tribute from this August platform on this solemn day, and then tell us a bit more about Indic Inspirations and how it has been really inspiring one and all with its unique blend of products. Sunil, sir. So you have to unmute yourself, yeah.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Sir, sir.
Okay.
On this solemn day, and then to more about.
Yeah, okay.
Please, sir, please, yeah.
So thank you very much, Rethink India, Surbhi ji, Mittal ji, for putting this together. I'm glad that culture startups, as we call ourselves, are being recognized. And there are a lot of entrepreneurs who are now coming together to create and narrate stories of India. So that's what Indic Inspirations does. We narrate stories of India's traditions, culture, heritage, and achievements. And so the way we kind of started Indic Inspirations was after working with artisans for 5 years, running a trust to help them, um, which we decided to do as a social venture after doing all those IT startups and all those valuations and creating technology in telecom and mobile devices and stuff like that. We decided to do something of a social venture. So first 5-6 years, we created a trust called Heart for Art. And what we did was, we wanted to do something about India's arts and crafts. And we kind of went on a tour when we started our trust, talking to artisans as to, what they need. So, like you go from a city and then you say, yeah, they need inputs on design, they need inputs on, or they need education for their kids or nutrition and, all these grand ideas that we go with, that is what they want. What we heard from them, okay, was, sir, हमको धंधा चाहिए, धंधा दिलाओ,
Mm-hmm.
And so we said that's what we'll do, and so we started the online store on their behalf. So basically, what we did was, even as a trust, we said, what is it that the world has moved forward to? Okay, how do people shop? Where do people shop? Okay, and what kind of products do they want? Right. So we said, okay, let's go with whatever products people already have, artisans already have. We also thought that we should just work with organizations that are already doing some work, okay? Along with whatever we'll create, we'll also work with people who are already doing work. So there were many NGOs who are already helping artisans and all that. So we started working with a lot of those NGOs as well as directly with many artisans. And over 5 years, we could go to about 65 crafts, 18 states, and about 2 to 5 families per craft is what we could touch. Okay. And so how do we give them a market? So what we did was we said, okay, people are shopping online, and I'm talking about like 2014, right? So okay, people have started shopping online, so let us put a online store on their behalf. Then we said, our consumers in India need education, okay, on the arts and crafts. Okay, we all half know about our arts and crafts. Okay, जैसे अरे यार वो तो that is मधुबनी, मेरे को मालूम है वो, it's gold वगैरह, but we don't know enough about it. We don't know exactly what it is, what are the processes, what are the inspirations of those artisans and all that. So we said, okay, we need to educate consumers. So how do we do that? Okay, so we said, let's start workshops with artisans and consumers. Okay, and the consumers, many of them were designers, architects, IT professionals, generally lovers of art and craft. And we also saw that people don't have time to go to one place in the city and attend a 2-day workshop. So we created a 3-hour workshop format, and we would conduct in a particular city over 4-5 days about 10 workshop sessions, 3 hours each, 2 per day. Okay, one in the morning session and one afternoon or evening session in 2 different parts of the city. Okay, so we could reach, by going out to people wherever they were, we could reach many more people rather than having it in one place and expecting everybody to come. Right? We know all the traffic challenges in all the cities, and generally it is not a high priority thing for people to do. So we were able to reach many more people. So we did over 5 years more than 400 workshop sessions in 6 cities: Pune, where we are based, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Goa, and Ahmedabad. And what we could give artisans was that first-hand exposure of conducting the workshop, of getting some the exposure in newspapers, about their workshops, and presenting their products to architects, designers, and very pretty well-to-do or well-traveled people. So the joy and the recognition that artisans got by conducting these workshops with such people is actually what gave us a lot of pride. So we worked with whatever they had. We also flipped the model. So we even had artisans coming all the way from, say, Meghalaya, Manipur to Bangalore, and it would take them 3 days to get there, 3 days to go back, and 4-5 days to conduct the workshops. We said, why don't we flip the model and take people to where they are? So we created art and craft tours, okay, with a travel company. Again, it's not something that we all do everything. So we work with a travel company and so on. So we did that, and we were able to create an impact. We were able to provide earnings anywhere from, say, 50,000 to a lakh per workshop over 4-5 days. Okay, and they would also sell their products, after the workshop and all that. Yeah. So we did that. Then we also talked to ICCR to see how we can create art and craft festivals outside India and so on. So 2.5 years ago, after having done startups, raised venture capital earlier and all that, whatever we were doing in the trust, we were doing with kind of limited resources and whatever money we had put in and whatever donations and grants we could raise and all that. But we said, hey, we can create much more impact if we create a private limited company that can be adequately capitalized. So we went, raised some money from very passionate people from America, from Singapore, India, and so on. And what was the problem that we wanted to solve? We wanted to solve the problem of stories of India that were not adequately being told, okay, and definitely not being monetized. Okay, let me take an example. You said the story of zero. Okay, we have never celebrated it. Okay, the zero is India's biggest gift to mankind. We have never really told our story. So we created about 15 different souvenirs talking about various aspects of zero, right from its history, some lamps in the shape of a shunya, or Ujjain and the Tropic of Cancer and its influence on mathematics and zero and all of that, right? Similarly, we created some T-shirts. Einstein said something about our prowess in mathematics, so we did that. Then we took, something like the concept of Ravana, right? And we created a dart board out of it, right? We said 10 heads. So why is it that all these dart boards from the West always have those radial lines and some numbers? And why is the bullseye, why should it always be in the center? Okay, so we put the 10 heads of Ravana and put the bullseye little off center because his navel was his nemesis, right?
Okay.
And then we told a story that the 10 heads represent four Vedas and 6 Shastras that he knew. And they also represent all the vices, the duality that is so much a part of our culture. Okay. Vese, we took a lot of concepts like that, right? We said, okay, we are going to bring back the loom into every home. Okay, we're going to, we were master weavers, right? So, and in the modern context, it's also a great tool for hand-eye coordination, for development of patience, or as a stress buster. And also we're working on creating these small desktop looms, going back to artisan, to weavers, and putting it together in a nice product. Uh, then we said, we went to ISRO, right? And we said, we want to tell you a story, right? And as it's like, hey, we don't allow any of these things, right? But slowly, and because of what the government is doing to push everybody to extend things into the private sector and all that. So we created a whole series of products. We were the first to sign with ISRO. And when we signed, 15 days later, we launched about 30 products because we were already working on it for 6 months, right? So, interesting experience here, like what you can see on the screen, you can see those wooden rockets. So we created rockets with a 300-year-old craft, okay? So, which is kind of turned lacquerware, natural wood, natural lacquer, natural colors, and so on, right? At the same time, we went to some engineering industries, since we are in Pune, and Pune is such a big engineering place, and we found that nobody has ever created scale models, okay? So we had to create a whole way to engineer. So we call this artisanal engineering, okay? Scale model. So we have all this about 3 gigabytes of data from ISRO, which has all the drawings of all their satellites and rockets and all that. So we had to scale them down. So we had to create some kind of, so there was some work that some engineering firms were doing for ISRO. But what we also found was all scale models were only kept in the cupboard, okay, in the ISRO office or the HAL office or some government Babu's office, sorry to use the word, in a acrylic box, right? Don't touch. So that's the message, don't touch. We said, no, we are going to make scale models that people can keep on their desk and touch as much as they want, okay? So for that, we have to bring in printing technology to print on metal properly, okay? Meaning, why people say don't touch is, वो sticker लगाया हुआ होता है, oh, if you touch it, the sticker will come off, the Indian flag and ISRO का sticker वगैरह वगैरह, right? So we took ISRO, right? And we have now created a Mission Mangal Yug board game that we're going to launch soon. So it's about inspired by the Mangalyaan mission. What do you do on Earth to get to Mars and build a colony there for children? We're creating a lot of DIY kits for kids to learn about rockets and so on. We have now started working with a few other organizations like the Mumbai Port Trust, National Defense Academy, all of them who said, hey, you've done this for ISRO, do it for us, that kind of a thing. So we have definitely enjoyed our journey, and as you can see, even our packaging is inspired by what's called the Hemachandra series, which we all know, the world knows as the Fibonacci series. Okay, so our boxes are 1:1.6 proportions. Okay, and that itself has a story. Yeah, so each of our products has a story. Okay, so it goes with a story card, and so people get to know what's the concept behind the product and how it's made. You know, how the craft works and how does it make that particular thing. So that's been our journey. We've also been, and some of you may be aware, we have also been part of right from the beginning of this network called NICE, which is Network of Indian Cultural Entrepreneurs. I come from an IT background and I saw what NASSCOM did for the country or for the IT sector. Okay, we NASSCOM went and told the world that we can do it, right? So that ecosystem is being created by NICE and all kinds of inputs are being brought in, marketing inputs, logistics related inputs, branding, fundraising and all of that. Yeah, so we're doing a lot of that. And the last thing I would like to talk about, since we are so close to Republic Day, we did some research on the Indian Constitution and the flag, right? The Constitution, very few people know, is a work of art. Okay, it has illustrations by Nandlal Bose and his 40 students from Shantiniketan. Almost every page of the Constitution is illustrated, and it has been hand calligraphed. Okay, and printed or calligraphed on paper from the Handmade Paper Institute in Pune, where that paper is still called Constitution paper. But if you ask the person why, he doesn't know anymore. Okay, so we use that paper and we have recreated the fundamental duties from the Constitution, the preamble, and so on. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and I think efforts like yours also help expand the ecosystem and tell people about all the efforts that are going on. And after all, to get back the pride of our artisans, we have to get them their livelihoods. Yeah, and that is what will create an impact. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, sir, for sharing your mesmerizing story in such a elaborate fashion. And as all our participants can see, that the kind of bouquet of products which Indic Inspirations has brought about tangibly, the intangible aspirations have been brought together in terms of such mesmerizing products. So hope that some of us would be really going to the portal and ordering it as a gift or a souvenir for ourselves. So this is truly inspirational, and thanks a lot, sir, for gracing this occasion and accepting this token tribute from this August Forum. Moving forward, we would like to recognize, as we said, the Pahadi store, which has curated a lot of products from the hills of Kumaon, the food products, the various cuisines, the various stuff over there. We have got Mr. Amit Virmani from the Pahadi store to accept this token tribute. I think he would be joining in a bit shortly. Moving forward, the food yoga enterprise, as Satviko, a kind of a team from IIT Roorkee, people say what the technocrats have to do. They are doing a lot of things in the domain of fintech and other higher dimensions, but what in the food space? So Satviko has been quite an inspirational brand, and the authentic Indian experiences. They say that after the crafts, cuisine is something जो कि भारत का एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण आयाम रहा है. एंड एज अ पार्ट ऑफ टूरिज्म, अगर आप कहीं जाइए और वहां पे इफ यू डोंट relish the local cuisine out there, so Satviko has focused upon the food aspects of it and the specialized Indic Sattvic foods. That is where we have got Dhaval Fatke. I will request him to accept this token appreciation from this forum, and as an exponent of authentic Indian experiences, for facilitating the characteristic Indian food yoga, as Satviko calls itself, and through an immaculate range of Sattvic food categories. So over to Dhaval to accept this token tribute and also share with us the Satviko journey and the kind of futuristic frontiers you guys are planning to tread.
Thank you so much, Raghavji and Surbhiji, for this wonderful opportunity. I am happy to share this platform with various entrepreneurs and people from the industry contributing towards the authenticity of India. So we at Satvico, of course, we are very much close to tourism and travel as well, and that takes us to take that next step towards food as well as yoga, which comes from the land of India, you know. So what we realized during last few years of our journey at Satvico, that it is not only food which takes care of your well-being, but it is also about yoga. And that is the reason we have termed this as a food yoga revolution, in which we are helping people to lead a healthy lifestyle by eating that right food and practicing yoga, right? So as Surbhiji mentioned about it in her course, that we have defined these 6 pillars of yogic wellness, right? So for an individual's well-being, it is extremely critical to take care of all these 6 pillars, which we have defined as endurance, strength, balance, flexibility, mind, and last but not the least is spirituality. This is something which is appreciated globally. So it's of course that, I mean, we have our manufacturing and the supply chain in India, but at the end of the day, the best part which we have experienced with people across various parts of the world, that they are looking at India as a great opportunity to collaborate with. And since we from India are really into that authenticity, right? So that is where they really appreciate about our food culture, about our yoga. I'm sure you must all are aware that there are various yogis who are teaching yoga in the US, and you'll be surprised to know this, but they take their coaching from Rishikesh, and that's where tourism plays a great role, right? And that is something which of course I as an Indian is proud of. So during this Satvico's journey, we have made these various delicious plant-based vegan food products, which are not only catering to the Indian ethnic people globally, but also for the mainstream audience, be it Americans or Australians, people from the UK, Singapore, Australia, or all these countries. And that's where, I mean, Indian authentic food really takes that shape and help people to lead a healthy lifestyle. तो हम लोग जैसे बचपन से घर में रात को दूध हल्दी पीते हैं, right? Which is great for immunity and all. And turmeric as an ingredient is now getting appreciated globally. And मतलब हमारे वहाँ पे तो ऐसी स्थिति है कि they have to consume these turmeric tablets, which is of course very surprising, but I mean, they have no other option. And that is the reason now turmeric, which of course is really rich from India, is taking that shape. So we have, as Raghavji has shared the screen, and you can see all these products. So our star product is makhana, which comes from Bihar. And makhana in the last few years has taken that shape and is taking more shape for the people who genuinely want to consume healthy snacks. Makhana हम लोग तो बचपन से खाते आ रहे हैं, but people in the West, and they were not really aware of what a foxnut or what a water lily seed is. And that's where we are trying to take this authentic Indian product to the global population, and which is getting a lot of appreciation. Another aspect towards tourism is also about sustainability. Raghavji mentioned in his initial sentence that we wish to move towards getting this carbon neutral, right? And that's where sustainability angle comes in the picture. And since we belong to this FMCG or CPG category, so we are also consciously working towards how well can we make this planet for people to lead a healthy lifestyle by not using that single use plastic. And that's where we have come up with such kind of a sustainable cardboard packaging, which is great for the planet. The other thing which you now see on the screen is the gud chana. Gud chana again something which is an Indian authentic traditional food जो हम लोग मंदिरों में भी खाते थे, and घर पे we used to consume it in different format, and now we have using certain techniques, we have processed it in such a way that you can consume it as a snack which has a shelf life of more than 12 months, and that becomes a great energy booster, which is of course rich in protein, calcium, and iron. So to sum it up, India now being one of the greatest entrepreneurship ecosystems, we are trying our bit to contribute towards it, and to take that to the next level, we have also set up our new manufacturing plant in this beautiful place called Udaipur, which is a great international tourist destination for millions, right? So that's where, I mean, we have onboarded on a new journey and taking this to the next level. So in whatever way I can as an entrepreneur help community through Rethink India and people on this panel, I'm happy to do so. And thank you so much once again for this opportunity, and all the best to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dhaval. See, the whole purpose behind commemorating and celebrating these exponents of authentic Indian experiences is that they dare to come out and sell something as trivial under quotes as gud chana, as makhana, which has been into our traditions and which has got so much of, as Dr. Surbi, a medico herself, these are the health foods, these are the brain foods, and how beautifully Satviko team has brought it all together and to make it a marketable product. See that, and that is what Sunil sir also did. That all these inspirations of Bharat, all these things, they have to be brought together. The ecosystem has to be created out there, and this is what is the celebration of these exponents of authentic Indian experiences this afternoon on this National Tourism Day is going on. Moving forward, a very, very inspirational story वो हमारे यहाँ कहते हैं कि प्रवचन से ज़्यादा, more than speaking, start doing something. And this is what the lovely team at Bare Necessities has been doing it. And we wish to recognize them for living and leading the zero waste lifestyle by making available a mind-boggling bouquet of zero waste product lines passionately handicrafted in India, leveraging the indigenous and ancient ingredients of India, in turn celebrating the beauty and richness of this majestic civilization. We would like to invite the very inspirational founder of Bare Necessities, Madam Seher, to accept this token tribute from this august platform and share her experiences into championing the authentic Indian experiences which we are commemorating today. Over to Madam Sar.
Hello, hi everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Mr. Raghav, Dr. Surbi. Really, really appreciate this recognition. It's a really humbling experience. So hi, I'm Seher. I'm a little under the weather, but I am the founder of Bare Necessities. We are building a zero waste brand, but basically advocating for how we can bring back and celebrate traditional Indian ingredients in our personal care and home care products. Whether that means, bringing back the turmerics, or whether that is the soap nuts or the multani mittis of the world, and how we can kind of reimagine how we can live a zero waste world. Think about the inspirations from our dabba walas, or inspiration from the Pepsi and Coke that used to come in glass, or the milkmans and doodh walas used to give us in, going to the milk booths, and in a completely reusable way. So essentially what we're trying to do is produce products that are rooted in Indian ingredients. We have a completely woman-run manufacturing team that handcrafts all of our products, and we really invest in upskilling them. So whether that means, learning English on the side, learning computer skills, learning tally skills, that's a little bit about what we're doing. And the idea is we are trying to reduce all of the plastic footprint associated with our daily routines. From the minute we wake up in the morning, we use sometimes a plastic toothbrush. Our toothpaste comes in a plastic tube. Then we go and wash our clothes and dishes. Again, they come packaged in plastic. And we use this on a daily basis. So the idea is, how do we kind of just reimagine and reinvent conscious living and conscious consumption? How do we also kind of innovate on the FMCG industry as we know it, right? And how do we also bring awareness to this? So to me, honestly, one of the most funnest parts about building bare necessities has always been the awareness and education component. And we do this through talks and workshops. It could be at a local school, it could be at a government school, it could be at a corporate office, whether that's Google or Facebook. The idea is to just make information around sustainability as fun and accessible. And we're doing this through also online courses right now, especially in the pandemic. This was kind of a pandemic project, so to speak. The idea is to curate all the people who really we deeply respect and admire and have lots of things that we've learned from, and putting all of the experts in kind of a masterclass format in online courses around sustainability. And then again, this has really been a great way to bring this information useful in little fun nuggets of digestible information, whether that's corporates, whether you're just a 18-year-old, looking to enhance your CV, or just anyone who's curious about sustainability. So that's a little bit about us and what we're trying to build. We're really looking to be very innovative on formats, things like shampoo bars and conditioner bars, which we traditionally think just need to come in plastic. We're just trying to kind of rewire a little bit about how we currently consume on a daily basis.
Lovely, Sahaji. It's so very awe-inspiring, and that your journey in itself is so motivating, and the way you have innovatively, brought about being so environmentally conscious and such a, as said, the beauty and richness of this majestic civilization. I saw the neem combs and the cutlery, and how it is so environment friendly.
And on National Tourism Day, what we feel is like the carbon footprint when you go to hotels or like these, I would say, leisure destinations. I think they can truly come forward and adopt these frugal lifestyles. They have got the budgetary provocation. So,
Absolutely.
but the most important thing is someone to really come forward and really champion, put together all this into presentable and consumable fashions.
Absolutely.
Now, this is what we wish to salute on this National Tourism Day. Bare necessities as an exponent of authentic Indian experiences. क्योंकि भारतवर्ष में कहते हैं ना zero waste, कि consume as little as possible, as little footprints as possible. This has been into our tradition, and what better tribute, what better, I think, an exponent of authentic Indian experiences this afternoon in bare necessities. So thank you, Madam Seher. Moving forward, we have got the lovely team of Ruburu Experiences. They are being commemorated as the exponents of authentic Indian experiences for presenting handy avenues to experience the heritage of Indian cityscapes, catalyzing positive growth, creating a space and time for rejuvenation and happiness. I think we are joined in by the team Ruburu. I would invite them to accept this token tribute from this forum.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm Anchal from Ruburu Walks, the co-founder of Ruburu Walks. Ayush could not join in today, so sorry for that. So for Ruburu Walks, we started in 2015, where having traveled ourselves extensively in India and also abroad, we realized that there are a lot of things which may not get captured, like a lot of things which are now coming through, say, Satviko or from Sahar's effort or from Indic inspirations and all the people put together. The thing is that a lot of times people do not know that there are such things which even exist. Like for us to having to really say that, there used to be a gur chana, which used to be eaten very widely, is in a way very odd. That why do we have to talk like that? But the first thing about that is that a lot of times our own people around us, and as well as young people, we are not drawn to travel to Indian cities and look at the culture much more closely. And travel is something which everyone does. And so our main idea is to attract Indian youth, as well as, of course, the adults, people from outside India, to come and experience all of these aspects in life as they happen. Whether it is something as studied and known as yoga, Ayurveda, but also very small aspects of how earlier, chai was had in a cooler. So, we wouldn't have had to think about use of plastic so much if we would have just, kind of stuck to that cottage industry thriving because of it, and, it getting, decomposed into soil again and all of those things. So what we do is that currently we are in northern India primarily, in the historical cities of Amritsar, Dehradun, Delhi, Agra, Banaras, Lucknow, and Prayagraj. All of these places, we have our storytellers who put together not only trails where you can experience not only the history, some of the fantastic aspects of that city, but the cultural aspects as well, whether it is to do with music, whether it is to do with the dance forms, but also the nuggets of wisdom which are inherent in all of these practices. And you can experience those. Instead of preaching, we kind of let people experience and learn it hands-on. So we have over during the pandemic, we also initiated virtual tours where people could have these stories delivered to them on a webinar session, where you would have this feeling of all these stories coming together, the food, the cultural activities being presented to you, so you could engage in those. And that has been our work through and through. We also have, so to say, packages where you can, just go, stay, and completely live the city and everything that the place has to offer. In the coming time, we have these experiences for students as well, wherever who is looking into history. Like now we are living in the age of how, with Sapiens, people have kind of reshaped their thought process towards how history should be perceived and what are the lessons it gives you. And Indian history is rich and vast. However, it is not presented in as, interesting avenues and language, which is what we try to kind of unfold for students and as well as travelers. We have also curated some artistic, what do you say, items or souvenirs which are handcrafted by people of the place that you would be visiting, and which are all sustainable in nature. So say, for example, punch card bookmarks, which are basically when there is a weaving, if you are a little bit, conversant with how looms are, they have these punch cards. We have converted them into bookmarks, and similarly, so on. So that's our story. And we are, of course, looking to build further onto it, go to more cities, because every Indian city is very different, has very different kind of food culture, which basically teaches you how you should, live in harmony with the season and the food item present, like which is available next to you. So it kind of promotes that. And very heartily thankful to you for this honor for Rubru Walks. With this, we are very sure that if, with support of everyone involved, we will continue growing further.
Thank you, Achalji. Coming from the land of Banaras, Varanasi, I would say the heart land of India. This is truly inspiring in the kind of amalgamation of heritage walks and virtual tours, and obviously also the handcrafted products. So this is a complete experience which Rubru has brought about. Moving forward, we would like to now inaugurate a very inspirational society of students. At Rethink India, we have been championing this narrative that can academic institutions, can our schools and colleges become the destination ambassadors of their very destination. So Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, New Delhi has been one of that very progressive schools which took upon this challenge quite early and came forward to become the destination ambassador for their South Delhi area. And their society of caretakers of heritage. This is a very, very inspirational society which has now come forward. All the students, all the student members of this society have come together to put together a blog whereby they are researching all their personal experiences and then expanding that experience to the larger gamut. So brand ambassadors के लिए हमको लगता है कि किसी Bollywood celebrity से ज़्यादा one of the mentors of this Soch is Madam Vedika Saxena. We feel these academic, they are the role models. They can be the truly the brand ambassadors, the destination ambassadors, and they can truly, they have the audience with them. For all the product platforms, what we saw, I think Madam Vedika Saxena, we have such an illustrious list of such mentors across. If our educational campuses take upon this task on themselves, oh, we have to learn from Rubru Talks, and if we have to patronize, like Prime Minister was talking about, that look to your in your room and see what all products you can replace it by an authentic Indian product, which is handcrafted by a craftsman. What Sunil sir has crafted, what Satyaviko has done, instead of munching some of that fat, trans fat foods with Dr. Surbi, so
Palm
oil rich foods, why can't we go to Satyaviko and book a bouquet, Dhaval? If you can really bring about a kind of a bouquet, it can be supplied to all our students to, I would say, nurture their, like in our household, we have banned the chocolates in the household. Our two of our kids, they love the chicky chocolates of Japsons. वो पूरा पैकेट आता है छोटा छोटा मूंगफली का और गुड़ का. So this is the kind of a connection which, by way of authentic Indian network, Rethink India intends to create the, I would say, the handshaking of educational institutions, which we have been serving for over a decade, and then bringing about these cultural entrepreneurs, these massively beautiful products right to the doorsteps. So I would like to take this opportunity to invite Madam Vedika Saxena to talk more about this Society of Caretakers of Heritage. What an inspirational name. And tell us more about this blog, what they intend to do. And we would really request Madam Vedika Saxena and the entire team, members of Soch, to at least create a blog for each of our exponents of authentic Indian experiences who have been recognized today. All the student experiences about them. So over to Madam Vedika Saxena. Ma'am Vedika Saxena?
You need to unmute yourself. Is somebody there from the school, from Tagore?
Yes, I can. Can I speak, please?
Yeah, please.
Okay, perfect. Please.
Introduce yourself, please.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I am Smayan Gupta from Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, and I am joining you in the capacity of the president of this novel student-led initiative, the Society of Caretakers of Heritage of our school, that we call Soch in short. As the name itself suggests, the main aim of Soch is to generate and promote a never-dying interest among all those we interact with, our peers, other students, their parents, etc., in the heritage of India. Through Soch, we not only aim to promote awareness about our heritage, but also the need to protect it. In our endeavor, we share interesting facts, stories, and other information related to our heritage, both tangible and intangible, like monuments, music, cuisines, etc. In order to fulfill its ambition, Soch has been organizing heritage walks to various sites and monuments with the students and parents of our school ever since its inception. Last year, when we couldn't go on physical walks due to the pandemic, we made a shift to the online mode and started organizing virtual heritage walks to various places. This also allowed us to transcend the boundaries of Delhi and explore sites such as the Sanchi Stupa, Rani Ki Vav, and the rock shelters of Bhimbetka, all of which are a testimony to India's rich culture and heritage. As a part of our journey to unravel, explore, and share the mysteries of India, we recently came up with the idea to release a series of theme-based blogs called the Mira's Tales, Dharohar Ke Didar. Miras is the Roman word for heritage. The purpose of our blog is to generate not just a sense of pride in our rich culture and heritage, but also provide a platform to others to share the known and unknown stories, facts, and legends that may often escape our own attention due to our busy daily schedules. In the first edition, we cover Jammu and Kashmir and create the possibility of experiencing its natural heritage, monuments, cuisines, and so much more. And in the future, we also plan to explore many more different parts of India through our blog. As a noble soul has rightly said, the heritage of the past is the seed that brings forth the harvest of the future. Keeping this noble thought in mind, the entire Soch team sincerely hopes that you enjoy reading our blog and that it transports you on a journey to the beautiful land of Jammu and Kashmir. Thank you.
So these are the young travel writers who are writing out of their own experiences. And then today is the age of multimedia, so videos and all lot of things would be coming in. So Soch has been really promoting this entire frontiers of I would say authentic Indian experiences, and we at Rethink India were one of the participants in one of their heritage walks of Rani Ki Bao when pandemic was there and we were all holed up into our own houses, imprisoned, we would rather say. Tagore International School Soch came forward and they said, what's the harm? Let's take the experiences of all these World Heritage sites, all these lovely destinations right on our screens and collectively. So they rejoiced the various destinations, and this blog is truly an innovative word. We can see the kind of elaborate, I would say, compendium of every destination which they have built up so very beautifully. And so thanks a lot, Team Soch. And if Madam Vedika Saxena has joined in, we would really love to have her because she has been the mentor of this entire initiative out there.
Or Madam Yachna and Usha Rani, Madam, any of the
faculty members,
faculty
we would really
mentors,
like to.
we would welcome on
yeah.
board and like to hear if they are there.
Okay, fair enough. So, so we come to this lovely, I would say, the closure of this lovely commemoration on National Tourism Day, and what a galaxy of it was really a tough time to go and find out, because these enterprises are so very rare, from Ruburu to Satviko to Bare Necessities to Indic Inspirations to Utkal Amrit. We could all, in all, we could get, I think, yeah, someone has raised the hand. AVs, yeah, please come in, please come in. Acha. Okay, we have got Mr. Amit Virmani from the Pahadi store. We were waiting for him. He was having some. Nainital got its first snowfall just yesterday, so maybe some technical issues. So Pahadi store is a unique amalgamation of products from the hills of Himalaya, and especially the Kumaon region. We all know that the lovely state of Uttarakhand has two divisions, predominant ones, the Garhwal and the Kumaon one. So from the land of Kumaon, Pahadi store comes in, and we wish to celebrate them as an exponent of Indian experiences for linking the Himalayan-based producers to urban marketplaces. So I would invite Amit Virmani sir to come in and accept this token tribute from this August platform, and also share his story of Pahadi store and tell us more. Amit Virmani sir, yeah.
Hi everybody. Firstly, thank you Rethink India for going ahead with something so unique. I think you've done the hard work of putting together everybody who's on this August platform. I went through and saw, and I heard everyone. They're doing a wonderful job, and it's not easy. I mean, as every startup I've been hearing in the last 30 minutes or so. Sorry, I'm in a car or something, because there was no other place I could be at this moment. So I really congratulate everyone on the unique journey and taking forward India's craft, and mostly to you, your team, Rethink India, that you've been able to do this. I think it'll influence definitely more people. It'll get more jazba in people like us कि ऐसी भी एक चीज है और हमें भी ऐसा कुछ करना चाहिए. I think the end venture of anything that you do in life is not just to be the end point कि मेरे पास पैसा आ गया या मैंने कुछ कर लिया, but it should be a starting point to be able to influence a lot many other people. And I think everybody who's here, and there might be many more episodes that happen after this, I'm sure you'll be inspiring many other people, many artisans, many people in the value chain of what we are doing. So I just wanted to congratulate you all on that. And a little bit about the Pahadi store. It was started in 2012. As everyone spoke here, highlighting the crafts of the mountains. We still are a primarily offline store located in Nainital, beautiful city. If you ever come, you're most welcome to visit us and meet us. We can exchange and learn from you as well. So we're just highlighting crafts from different NGOs and small time enterprise craft makers and other people who are wanting to get into space of handicrafts, because in the mountains there are not many opportunities for people except farming. Traditionally there has been farming, which has been the biggest revenue driver for people. Apart from that, hospitality is making a big shift these days, but then that again is very capital intensive. And farming also, the cycle with the climate change that we are seeing now, it's impacting a lot of people, because they wait the whole year for the for the harvest to happen, and then eventually if a bad rainfall or a storm, that hope also goes away. So in the last few years, there has been a massive shift in terms of what people are wanting to do here, or they're being educated, or the market is opening because of online channels or offline, and more penetration of the hospitality sector. So gifting is going to become a massive industry in the coming years. And like everybody has been saying, we have so much talent, we have so much craft available at the local level. We don't need to look anywhere, we don't need to go anywhere. We just need to create a nice value chain for these people to generate income for them sitting at home. Because when the migration happens, a person uh, moves to a city to look out for better opportunities. But if we can give that same opportunity to that person, where he has more money sitting at home, he has time to be with his family, and end of all, he will feel connected to what he is doing. So that is the entire purpose of what we are doing. And as I said, as of now, we are primarily a offline store, but the plan is to take it online and reach out to more people, connect with more NGOs and small-time handicraft manufacturers, and anybody who we can impact on our journey. And thank you all again.
Thanks a lot, Amit sir, for such an inspirational story of yours. And you've really given that perspective that the entire authentic Indian experiences can be taken up first and foremost as a gifting experience. So if we have to gift on someone's birthday, someone's wedding anniversary, let's think back, let's go back and see that can we choose a product? Can we choose a product from, say, the Pahadi store, from Satwiko, from Bare Necessities? It might not be so possible to adopt something at front in our own lives. Can we take a product from Indic Inspirations, from Utkal Amrit? A gift is something which is so very easy to start with. I think that is a great message which Amit Virmani sir has given us from his quite wonderful experience from the hills of Nainital. And we would now request all our participants if they can all come in jointly and for a group photograph, just as we do in our offline events. So that would be quite a memorabilia for all of us as well. So maybe Sunil sir can come in. Sahar is continues to be with us. Amrita ma'am. So we will just have a quick photograph with all of us, and also from the team from Rubru, yeah, if Anchal Sachanji is there, and also the Soch president who gives such a lovely presentation, the young, I was an exponent of authentic Indian experiences, because they're the new age consumers and their choices would make all the difference, and that's where it will all happen. So yeah, we have got
also
all.
Anchal ma'am. Yeah. Anchal ma'am, can you switch on your camera?
Yes.
From Rubru.
So I think yes. So thank everyone for being with us.
Take a screenshot, Raghavji.
Yes, I will take the screenshot as well. I was suggested by someone earlier, but I am yes. So just a moment.
Although I have taken it, I can share it across. Not
okay, that's lovely. That's lovely. That's lovely. So I have never explored it so far. I am still illiterate on the screenshot part. So thank you so much and being with us. And it has been truly a learning experience for us at Rethink India, and we reignite our pledge and commitment to take further and forward this entire community of practice of exponents of authentic India. On World Tourism Day, we celebrate and we felicitate the entire tourism, the traditional tourism people, like the hotels, restaurants, and all. And we challenge them that how much of your cuisine is local or even regional, how much of your tapestry is actually sourced from those local suppliers, because they are the consumers, they are the B2B consumers. And obviously our wide network of schools and colleges, the young consumers come forward, adopt at least one authentic Indian experiences. If you can't even visit, adopt a toothbrush from bare necessities, take one Indic inspiration over there. I would say take a Utkal Amrit product out there. So that remains the whole agenda. Thanks everyone for being with us on this solemn occasion and recognizing this platform by being with us and accepting this token tribute. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for allowing us to be a part of this initiative and for this unique opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.